Hello queens, I'm back at y'all with another video, and today I'm going to be showing y'all how I get this semi-naked beat, and I'm also going to be going over a few of the brushes that I use. So we're jumping straight into this look. I'm starting it off by cleaning my client's face, and now I'm jumping into eyebrows. To fill in her eyebrows, I'm going to be using this eyebrow pencil from Hype Beauty. I included this in my last video and it's in the shade Chocolate. Y'all, I love this eyebrow pencil. It is so precise. I get such a clean brow when I use it, and it's the perfect shade for my lighter clients. So if you would like to purchase it, check out my last video. But I'm outlining the brows first. I like to extend the front of the eyebrows to reach the edge of the nose, just to make it have a nice gradient effect once I'm finished filling it all in. That step is optional. This whole tutorial is really optional. You don't have to do it, but I'm just showing y'all exactly what I do. Now that I have this side outline, I'm going to start filling it in from the back and working my way to the front. Now that I've made it to the front of the brows, I'm going to start doing little hair-like strokes just to make sure everything is well blended. Once you're finished filling in the brows, make sure you brush over them with the spoolie end just so it can all look as natural as possible. Now I'm going to repeat the process on the other side, so I'm just going to let y'all watch. I went in with some clear eyelash glue and I applied it to her brow hairs just so I can mold them down in place. Now I'm using the spoolie to press them down. To clean up her eyebrows, I'm going in with these two Nicka K concealers, and they're in the shades 02 and 07. And I'm going to be using these two brushes. One is a dual-ended blending brush, and the other one is just a dense eyeshadow brush. I'm going in with the flat side of that blending brush, and I'm taking the shade 02, and I'm using this to clean up underneath my client's arch. I ordered this brush from AliExpress. I included it in my last brush video. A lot of the brushes that I use in today's video were included in that video. Nothing has really changed. It's probably about one new brush that y'all will see, but as you can see, I cleaned up underneath her arch with that brush, and then I just took the dense eyeshadow brush and blended out the product. Both of these brushes will be in the description box. I will have them linked below. Majority of the brushes that I'm using in today's video will come from AliExpress or Amazon. I'm currently going in with the shade 07, and I'm going to be using this to clean up the remainder of the way on the top and the bottom of her eyebrows. Now that both the brows have been cleaned, I'm going in with the shade 07 and I'm just applying it all over her lids. You want to make sure you apply a nice even coat, because since this is a naked beat, we won't really be doing any eyeshadow, so a lot of the concealer will be shown throughout the look. So make sure that you apply it evenly and that you blend it out as flawlessly as possible. Now I'm going in with my Dermablend translucent powder, and I'm going to be using this to set the concealer in place. I'm taking the blending brush side of that dual-ended blending brush, and I'm just tapping the concealer on top of her lids, and I'm also going to tap a little bit at the front of her eyebrows to lighten them up. Normally for my natural beats, I would stop right here with the eyes, but this is a semi-naked beat, so I'm taking my black Radiance contour palette in the shade light to medium, and I'm using the shades in the palette as like a little transition shade, you know, just to add a little color back onto the eyes. As I said in the beginning, this is optional. I normally don't do this, but for the purpose of this video, I just decided to do it. And I'm also using the same blending brush to apply these shades that I used to apply the Dermablend powder, which is the dual-ended brush. Now I'm going in with my Wet n Wild black liquid liner, and I'm just using this to draw a basic line across her eyes. Now I'm taking some black eyeshadow on this pencil brush, and I'm just using it to blend out the end of the liner. I'm not doing a wing or anything, I just want the end to be blended. And unfortunately, y'all, I don't remember where I got this brush from, which is why I didn't show it to y'all. But now I'm going back in with that dense eyeshadow brush, and I took a little bit of my e.l.f. concealer in the shade Fair Rose, and I just applied it to the inner corners of her eyes, you know, to make them pop a little bit. And I'm going to be going right on top of that with some white eyeshadow to set it in place. Moving on to the face, I'm taking my Pond's moisturizer along with this synthetic foundation brush, and I'm just going to be applying a generous amount of this moisturizer onto her face. And this brush came from the dollar store, y'all. It came from the dollar store. It was only $1. I believe it's from the brand LA Colors, but I only use this to apply the moisturizer, so it's really not that important to me. But now I'm going in with this Real Technique sponge. You can find this at Walmart, and I like to dampen mine, and I'm going to be using this to press that moisturizer into her skin. To prime her face, I'm using my e.l.f. matte putty primer, and I applied this to her face using my Real Technique sponge. For her foundations, I'm going in with these two Maybelline foundations in the shades Toffee Caramel and Spicy Brown. First, I'm going in with the shade Spicy Brown, and I'm just applying this to the edge of her face. And to do so, I'm using the flat side of that dual-ended blending brush. Now I'm going in with the shade Toffee Caramel, and I'm just applying this to the inner portions of her face. To blend these two foundations out, I'm going to be going in with this dense foundation brush. It says Sephora, but I don't get it from Sephora. I order mine from AliExpress, and I'm going to have the link in the description box down below. I get so many questions about this brush, y'all, so hopefully all of y'all watch the video and y'all go click on the link once you're finished watching this video. I believe this brush is like $5 maybe. It's real cheap, so I have a lot of them, y'all. To highlight her face, I'm going in with my Nicka K concealer, and I believe it's in the shade 02 or 03. It's one of those. And I'm just applying this to the areas of the face where we would normally highlight. To blend out the concealer, I'm going in with the same brush that I used to blend out the foundation. I'm going to be showing y'all how I contour the nose. So I'm taking this dense eyeshadow brush along with some of the Juvia's Place foundation stick. It's in the shade Sokoto, and I'm just lining the bridge of her nose, but you need to take it inward as well. You need to outline the nose to where it's only like a narrow line going down the center, if that makes sense. Okay, just bring it inward, and now you need to drag it out to blend it. I hope this is making sense to y'all. I'm trying to explain it the best way I can, but you just drag it going down, okay, to blend out the edge. That's what you do. Yeah, do that. Once it's all blended, I like to go back in with a little bit more of that concealer and just drag it down the center of the nose to clean up the line a little bit. Now I'm going in with my Real Technique sponge and I'm just going to use it to blend everything in place. Now I'm just going to continue to blend out the concealer under her eyes, and to do so I'm using my Real Technique sponge. To set the concealer in place, I'm using my Fit Me Press Powder, and I believe it's in the shade Golden Dore. I'm going on top of that Fit Me powder with my Morphe loose powder, and it's in the shade Banana. You're finished blending out the face, take whatever excess powder you have left on the sponge and just press it around the nose. This will help blend out the nose contour. Now I'm taking this brush. I don't know where I got it from, but I have it linked in the description box for y'all. I either got it from Shop Miss A or from AliExpress, but it'll be in the description box. But anyway, I'm taking my Black Radiance contour palette in the shade light to medium, and I'm using this to bronze up her face. To set the remaining areas of her face, I'm going in with another Fit Me powder, and this one is in the shade Toffee. I'm taking this Wet n Wild black eyeliner pencil, and I'm using this to line her waterline. I'm only going to be running it through halfway. Now I'm taking some black eyeshadow, and I'm going to be running this across her lower lash line, and I'm also going to be taking this halfway, but I like to also connect it with the liner that's on her eyelids. And once I have that in place, I'm going to be going in with one of the shades from the Black Radiance contour palette, and I'm just going to be applying it directly underneath it. I'm going back in with that foundation brush, and I'm using it to press in all of the powder. Now I'm just going to spray her face with some setting spray. For her lashes, I'm going in with this style right here. I think I got them off Amazon. I went ahead and cut them to fit her eyes. I didn't want to go in with any lashes that were too big because her eyes are kind of small, so I didn't really want to overweigh them. But yeah, y'all, now I'm just applying them to her lash line. Make sure y'all don't forget to clean off your client's piercings. Sometimes I forget, but I try not to because I just hate the way it looks when makeup is on top of their piercings. And to clean it off, I'm using some alcohol on a Q-tip, and now I'm about to highlight her face. These two highlighters came from Hype Beauty. Shade names are on the screen. I just mixed the two together on the blending brush and applied them to her face. And this is the dual-ended blending brush, y'all. I use this brush for so many things. I absolutely love this brush, but as y'all can see, that highlighter is popping. I didn't want to make it too intense because this is a natural look, so I decided to keep it kind of soft. I took some of my Pond's moisturizer on a Q-tip and I used it to clean off her lips. Now I'm going in with my JCats dark brown lip liner, and I'm using this to outline her lips. For the center of her lips, I'm going in with this lip gloss from OZ Lab, and it's in the shade 01. I'm just taking it on a disposable, and this is a trick, y'all. If you apply it to the bottom of the lips, apply a generous amount, and then tell your clients to press their lips together, it'll help you so much with the blending. As you can see, it's like blended into the liner. I really don't have to do too much, but once I'm finished applying this lip gloss, that'll be the finished look, and we'll be getting into the grand reveal. So I'm just gonna let y'all watch. Ready to see?
Ooh, uh-oh. Who is she?
Who is she?
I
Yes,
gotta
with the
find some
hair.
plans to do today.
Okay. You gonna have to go eat.
Somebody gotta treat me.
Okay, queens, this is the end of the video. All of the brushes that I use will be linked in the description box down below. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and make sure you stay tuned for my next one. Bye bye, queens.